Welcome to Blacksburg, Virginia, home to a team that brings this lunch pail each and every game, the Virginia Tech Hokies. The Hokies will put total leather and we'll get started. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So the Utah Utes offense will get the first crack at it here. This has an old-school feel to it as this running back makes his way onto the field, and all eyes are fixed. They are glued on him.
Yeah, the old school, because nowadays it's usually quarterbacks and the other guys that get all the attention. But this guy's so good, he is the focal point. He's the guy everybody's looking to. He's the tone setter. He's the physical bell cow for this team. He will get the rock early and often.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll give it to him again. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. The Utes have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He's got an open man. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hunter. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
And a nice job working the middle. It's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
He'll just keep slinging it. Going for 6. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Utes!
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Virginia Tech's offense will have its first possession of the game. And it won't be easy to throw the ball down the field today, David, because both of these teams have lockdown corners.
I mean, these guys shut down half of the field. Playmaking cornerbacks that really can play man-to-man and lock down the best guys on the other side.
Yeah, if I'm a quarterback in this game, I'm taking a calculated risk if I'm thrown towards one of these two dudes, because you're just asking to get picked off.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 1st and 10 coming up. Dropping back, it's Peterson. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. Looking to scramble. Grabbed over the middle. It's Stevens. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
Well, it's a nice-looking throw right there. And I'll tell you what, for Hokie quarterbacks in the past, it's not all about just hurting you with their legs. Michael Vick could kill you throwing the football. Tyrod Taylor could do it. How about this name? Jim Drunkenmiller. You can just see him right now dotting an 18-yard dig route. That's a nice-looking throw. That gives me some Drunkenmiller vibes, Pollock.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Unleashes it on the run. Oh, picked off. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
Well, that's the danger about being in a third and long situation. You've got to push the football downfield, and the defense is expecting it. So they've got guys in the back end with their eyes on the QB. They're able to make the interception. This offense is going to have to do a better job generating better plays early in drives moving forward.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Right back to the well. On the move at the 30. Nothing but green ahead. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Utah!
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
Love that throw. I'll tell you, if he keeps making more of those, Lane Stadium and this incredible crowd is going to be going nuts. We've called games here plenty of times in the past. This is one of the best venues in all of college football, and this guy right now is heating up at the QB position. Watch out. It's going to be a sonic boom in here.
Fundamental football with the Hokies. We talk about special teams, but the running game has always been part of their DNA.
And when you continue to find guys at the running back spot like David Wilson, and those guys that you can feature, you can give them the ball, establish that physicality, establish that playmaking, it gets everything rolling for this offense.
They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. And the Hokies will have it 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Peterson. Fires to the big fella. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Quarterback will audible. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Lets it fly. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's going to pass on 2nd down. Unloads to the right. Touchdown, Virginia Tech! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them.
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Snagged in the middle. It's Hunter. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Nice confidence by the QB. Good throw over the middle of the field. Nice little strike down the field for a big play. Listen, you got to throw it where it's open.
Got some room headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Go straight ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Utes!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Fires into traffic, it's picked off. Looking for more room. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Utah! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the score.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Stevens.
I know that was 3rd down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertically down the field. Instead, he got lazy, checked it down to his running back, and now they're setting up 4th down.
Couldn't ask for better field position for this offense. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Williams. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense, 1st and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And down here near the goal line, you got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
Let's see what the offense dials up on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And he's got it! Touchdown, Utes!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Indiana is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Louisville. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Wide out in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this group, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Looking to throw, it's Peterson. Trying to get to it. The freshman able to get home with the sack. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
The Hokies line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He gets a block. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Running back goes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Makes one man miss. Brought down at the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup, and this offense is threatening. From the 25-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Makes the grab on the left. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch.
All right, 2nd quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some 1st downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. 2nd and goal for this offense.
When I go into every game, I want to get my running back going. I want to get the ground game going, and he has. This afternoon, over 100 yards now, showed you a little bit of everything in the run game, and that's why this offense has been hard.
And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. And listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then live to play the next down. I like that execution.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Utah!
This offense has been physical. They came out in this game with a lot of pride and the ability up front and the belief that they can block people and get it done. They are dominating this defense. 3 rushing touchdowns now in the game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They're bringing heat. Coming after it. Takes a hit as he fires. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. To the air, it's Peterson. He fires one deep down the right side.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Signals for the fair catch and looks it in at the 40. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be...
Fires and picked off. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense.
You know, quarterbacks do not stare down receivers, especially when thrown over the middle of the field. You've got to look these safeties off. That was going to be a small window to throw into anyway, but staring at that wide receiver made the safety's job so much easier.
Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. He got a little antsy at the line of scrimmage, and they'll move him back.
False start offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They want to throw it. They're trying to get to it. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Throws for the tight end. Got his man. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. To the air on first down. Throws to the tight end. And it's picked off for the third time today. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. That first down was rather unproductive. Let's see what they've got on second down from the 16. He's looking to throw. Going over the top. Brings it in down the left side. He's loose. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Pressure coming. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, they want more before they go to the locker room. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And it's caught! Touchdown, Utes!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think he can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
That's the way to open a drive. Now they'll put it in play just shy of midfield. Looking to go up top on first down. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Utah! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Finds his big tight end. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Nice job by the QB and receiver on this play in a 2-minute situation, knowing to work the boundary, get the first down, and get the ball out of bounds. Great situational awareness.
This guy can throw it. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Utes will kick it off to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Nothing went right in that first half in the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team, because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Makes the grab. It's Stevens. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Hokies want to crank the tempo. On fourth down, trying to find his man. He's going to run it. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Turns it on in midfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. When you've been around like this guy has, you know how valuable picking up the first down with your feet can be.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back, he's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys too, so good luck stopping me.
Just a short pass to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got his man quickly. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Hokies have it with a 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And the QB has had a nice drive, and this offense has been throwing the football over the yard. You want to stop that? Get pressure on him. Nice job getting to the quarterback, affecting him, and even better, getting him on the ground.
Looking to throw, it's Peterson. Flushed out of the pocket. Bought a little time, lets it go. Firing to the right, complete. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has the setup. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Hokies. The AT unit on the field. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
That deficit's still pretty big, and they'll try to get it right back and cut into it with an onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Makes a connection. And he'll pick up the 1st down, but he got drilled on that tackle. Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. Leaves it with the back. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. The Utes trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. He wants to throw it. Touchdown, Utes! And the beatdown has ensued. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost him.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to advance on the football.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Looking downfield, it's Peterson. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. Wide receiver now comes in motion. try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Holding. Offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Wiggins. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. Oh, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. Fires to the big fella. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34. Third and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. They'll try to get the first through the air. A strike downfield. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. And the Utes getting set on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Royer. Feeling some heat. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
These DBs better stay ready because even though they're trailing by a lot in this game, the opponent's not trying to run the ball and bleed the clock. They are still taking shots, so you're going to have to continue to try.
Deep shot for the end zone. Fires the pass, intercepted. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Pulls it, fired complete. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The offense comes out 1st and 10 from the 11. He's looking to throw it. A little screen to the running back. And it's a fumble after that huge gain. Look out, he's got room. How about that alert play from the defense to scoop it up? And this defense gets the ball back for its own. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking to move it through the air. Got it set up on the outside. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit them for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He has been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
And the Hokies in the hurry-up.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. To the air, it's Peterson. Moving out of the pocket. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Utah has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Get it out on the screen. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Leaves it with the running back. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Unloads to the wideout. Fires into traffic, picked off. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16. Offense getting set for first down. Wants to pass it. That one comes out hot down the right side.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
That's caught. It's Stevens. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Caught over the middle. It's Wiggins. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. He's going to pass. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. At the 45 on his way. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position. And the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The Hokies will hustle to the line.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas. And that
Afterburner's coming. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
And the Hokies are threatening on 1st and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarmed.
Trying to get in the end zone, and the ball is loose. Oh, and he's able to get back on top of it just in the nick of time.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
They want to power it in on the ground on 3rd and goal. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollard.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
Hokies, and they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. And the extra point is good. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll put the tight end in motion. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Coming to the line, looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 29. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Smashes it between the uprights. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Iowa State is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but you take a look at the scoreboard and you see we have ourselves a close game. They're up by a field goal over Cal. For now, it's back to you fellows, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He wants to throw. He's going for the big play. It's complete. A huge pickup. Flying down the left side. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's the fabulous part. A late touchdown. And the extra point was good. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Now facing a 3rd and long. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. He leaves it with his back. Strong running there, going to pick up 7 yards on the play, but they still have a 4th and 3. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. Field goal is good. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice.
And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky.
Nice job.